So, this is a Patreon I've been meaning to do, and I've been trying to find time to do this video. And this Patreon comes from Bill. Bill asked me to do a video, more or less a crossover pairing video, which I know some people have been wanting to see. And while I do crossover pairings over on the Patreon channel nowadays, basically this time around it's going to be over here because Patreon requests come out over on the main YouTube channel. As always, if you want to if you want to be a Patreon, if you want to have your own Patreon request video, go to my Patreon, which will be in the link below, and you guys can hit the link there, become a Patreon on the 4th tier, and you'll also have access to the Patreon exclusive videos, and like I said, that's where the movie reviews are. That's where the Halloween Kills review is going to be. I'm still on the fence, by the way, since I'm here. I might as well mention, I don't know if I'm going to put the Ice Nine, because I am going to review Welcome to Horrorwood, the new Ice Nine Kills album. But I don't know if I'm going to put it here or if I'm going to put it on Patreon. I'm not sure how the Halloween Kills review is going on Patreon. That much is certain. But the Ice Nine Kills one, I'm still on the fence about. Anyway, so let's get started with this. Let's get started with this crossover pairing video. And as you can see from the title, Starling from Stormhawks and Captain Rex. Although, sorry. Bill did say that I could, Bill did say that he wanted to use 5s, but he did say I could have leeway and pick another clone if I didn't think Starling fit well with 5s. And while I like 5s as a character, I kind of thought about it and thought Rex was a better pick if I was going to pick any Clone Wars character, any clone character to be paired with Starling. It was more than likely going to be Rex more than anything else. So why did I pick Rex as someone to pair with Starling? Mostly because I think Rex and Starling have... the main reason was... One of the reasons why I think Starling and Rex work as a relationship is because they're both soldiers who have seen just nothing but war just constantly and have, lost so many people along the way. Starling lost her entire squadron. Rex has literally lost a giant list of brothers. The numbers they've lost are just insurmountable. I think that Rex and Starling would connect on that level regardless. I think they really would connect on that kind of emotional level with one another, and I think they would really bond over the losses they've shared. Starling, how she talked about the Interceptors was very much along the lines of something like losing a family, whereas Rex has literally lost family with all of his clone brothers and brethren just getting slaughtered, and some of whom he had to kill when he broke free from Order 66. So there is, that kind of pain, that kind of agony he's feeling in that. He is just completely... just would be destroyed, and I think the two would kind of really connect on that ground. The other thing that they would also, I think, Starling and Rex really kind of would probably connect with more than anything would be questioning authority. Starling, and as well as Rex, even though he's a clone who was programmed to follow orders, Rex still question authority. Remember, he did. When Jedi Master Krell was causing a lot of issues and obviously turned to the dark side and got everyone killed, the clone, he was questioning authority, and Starling always questioned authority after the Interceptors were wiped out from the and she also stuck up for the Stormhawks. She always she did carry out her job, but she also carried those questions with her too. So does Rex. So the two also, while they are good soldiers, a good soldier doesn't follow every order. A good soldier, knows when to question authority. So, and Rex and Starling are both good soldiers. So, that's what I think they would really connect on, is that Starling, and Rex would understand one another in that, yes, they do support the cause, they do fight for this cause, and they believe it wholeheartedly. But if they do something that is wrong or they feel something is wrong, or the authority figure they're following is someone of question, then they're going to question it, and then they're going to fight back against it if they have to. If they have to, they will fight against this strange authority that, or whatever, if this is wrong, they're gonna call bullshit on it. That's basically what I'm trying to say, is that if something is bullshit to them, they will call bullshit and fight if they have to. So that's something you really have to look at when you wouldn't think that you wouldn't pair these two, but really, the more you think about it, the more it's like, yeah, this does make sense that these two characters would be paired. These two characters would be, connected to each other. That's kind of the big thing with this ship, is that Rex and Starling, at the end of the day, are soldiers and will carry out those orders. But I do think, I also think Starling would also kind of I think Rex more than anything, now that I think about it, I think Rex more than anything would tell Starling, because I think he would look at her initial whole thing of getting the interceptor shield back from Repton on Bogoton, and Rex would be like, you didn't have to do that, as long as you survive, your squad survives too. That would be Rex's takeaway, is that he'd tell her, if the shield is, the crest is nothing, it's who you bear that weight for. It's who you're carrying that weight for that matters more than anything. So I think Starling would understand that, and I think Rex would be like, I don't think you went there for that, you went there for the shield. I don't think you went there for the interceptor shield. I think you went there for one of two reasons. I think either A, you wanted to kill Repton, but you fought against that urge, or B, and I think this is more likely, you went there to die. You went there to kill you went there on a suicide mission, and yeah, and to which Starling would go, oh, and you haven't tried to have go on a suicide mission? He's like, yeah, the times I went on a suicide mission were for people who were still alive. People I'm willing to die for, not people I'm willing to die with. So I think that would be kind of a fun juxtaposition, that the two would just kind of talk about where they are, and they're both war torn. They're both they fought Starling and Rex have both fought in these just bloody wars and have lost so many people. And also, I think it would be kind of fun, they're just outside of that. Could you imagine, the banter between Starling and Rex? Because both Rex and Starling have, that authoritative figure, but they also have, that clever, banter to them. They have that, just sass to them, and that sass and wit to both of them. So I'd love to see them, have, a back and forth between the two. Just have the two of them have a conversation and try to outwit one another, or have just banty back and forth. Also, I would love to see Starling using clone trooper weaponry. That would actually just be a lot of fun, of seeing Starling handling clone trooper weaponry, and because I'm pretty sure she'd be goddamn terrifying using clone trooper, even blast sidearm blasters. She'd be terrifying in of itself. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much Bill's crossover pairing. I want to thank Bill for this video, and hope you all enjoyed this crossover video, the crossover pairing. Yeah, just comment below, let me know what you guys thought, and if you want a Patreon request, like I said, just hit the link below to my Patreon, become a patron there, and you guys get access to exclusive videos. And if you hit the 4th tier, you can ask for Patreon requests, and I will do them here on YouTube. But other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.